He's shying a little bit from this color, so I'm gonna take him right through that. Oh, he's not going to do that. He's going right back, right through that. So say hi, Lance. There's a few Ashenola wild horses. Right now he's taking me into the trees. This is a no-no. This is an absolute no-no. And a couple of times I've literally had to get off and saw the log to free the horse. Just slow down because you're gonna get balls in your feet and you're gonna trip. Okay, so this is what happens when your quad breaks. Thank God you got the horse. Because I don't got the hiking sticks. Well, I guess they were in the quad. Well, regardless, I can only pack so much. I don't want to leave my gun in my pack in the quad. But that's the end of that adventure. Luckily, I got a couple of good friends that have quads, and I'm pretty sure I'll get one come up with me tomorrow and tow this out of here. Another adventure. Every day's an adventure. This is hard riding in this because what happens is the snow balls up in the horse's hooves because the horses were shod earlier in the year. So inevitably their nails grow and create a hollow in there, and then the snowballs build up. So when the horse is walking, it's got a little, like that. See? That's what happens. You end up going down on the front feet because one of those balls. So you better keep your seat. And the way to do that is to stand up in that saddle. Don't take a break. Your legs get tired, your legs get tired. Especially on the steep shit. Usually I walk down it, but I'm not walking down it because I've got my hiking poles. And I'm just gonna slip and slide and whatever. The horse has got 4 legs and the horse is a little more stable. If the snow wasn't that steep, then the horse would be hitting some gravel and clearing his hoofs off. But that doesn't always happen in deeper snow. And it doesn't matter what you do. You can't get off and clear the horse's feet every freaking 2 minutes. It just balls up again right away. So you just live with it. And you'll feel the horse doing this. I don't know if you can see it, but kind of a half step every once in a while, and it'll go from foot to foot. And that's different balls, either building up too big or coming out. For sure, keep the horse slow, and you'll be a lot safer. Isn't this a beautiful day? I guess that cab is going to have to wait for another year. I'm not sure I'm going to have time to fix my quad and do the ride. Well, I know I won't have time. I have to go to Kelowna in order to get the part. I'm not going to get a CF Moto belt. There, felt that slip on the back. I don't know if you guys felt that or seen it, but that's a ball clearing. Very important to not ride, if you know what I mean. People that just sit on a horse and think a horse is going to do everything are riders, but they're not riders. A real rider knows exactly what's going every step of his horse, feels every step of his horse, understands every twitch of the ear. Right now he's taking a little break because it's flat. Of course, not nearly as dangerous. If he trips here, he's just going to trip with one foot and he'll catch himself easy enough. He isn't going to slide on 2. We're almost at the bottom down there. This is the steepest part. Okay, you ain't going down the freaking hill, okay? Okay, just go down the road. I know that's the shortest way, but that's over the hill. Well, that's a horse's direction taking over. So that horse knows that the fastest way to that road down there is right fucking through there. You know, why the hell can't we go there? You know, quite frankly, it's not like I haven't ridden in that shit before, but not the safest thing to do right now. The most dangerous thing in a place like that is slippery logs. Horse can step on a log just like you can in the bush, and his leg can get Joe poked under a log. I've had a couple of times that's happened where the horse has gone forward and his foot is Joe poked under the log, and then the horse stops, and then you have to find a way to get that leg out of that log because the horse just isn't able to. If it's downhill and that log's across the hill and the horse is going downhill, well, that back leg slides under that log. The horse has no way of freaking lifting the leg or bringing the body back or doing anything. And a couple of times I've literally had to get off and saw the log to free the horse. And like literally it's pinned the horse. I had a old girlfriend with me. She was with me and she was behind me and she noticed it. I didn't at first. And thank God she did, because I'd have probably given the horse a kick and said, come on, get going, because I wouldn't have known what was going on. And of course it always happens on the steeper slopes, eh? You know, if it's not that steep, it isn't going to happen to a horse, eh? And you take a look in there. You take a look at all those logs laying there. Many a time I've come down through that sort of shit. In the snow, you just don't know what's underneath. You try and go slow, but it doesn't always work. This is the very first time I've ever ridden a horse without a blanket. And I wouldn't do this at all except for the situation. I can't hike this hill, but I know it's not very far, so there you go. See? Now what happens if you're not riding with your feet tight? That jerks your back, and it jerks the small of your back. About 10 of those in a day, and I'm telling you right now, she's a hard time walking at night. Anybody with a bad back will contest to that. Here's the steep part right here. He's doing good though. It's not going too fast, eh? Nothing worse than have a horse that wants to highball down this shit. And pulling back on him and pulling back on him puts him off balance a bit. So far I haven't pulled back on him once. Inevitably I knew he's going to slide, so that's up to me to be ready for that slide. But he's in control of his walking here, so I'm not pulling, I'm not changing shit. I'm just letting him do his job. And I'm just presuming that he knows what he's doing, because he was a ranch horse. That doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, there's a lot of things this horse is stupid of, and I got a feeling I know what he was like on the ranch. He was the owner's horse, and the owner doesn't tend to do as much cowboying as the cowboys do. Business gets in the way. If I had a horse, and I'd pick the best rider out of my cowboys, and I'd make sure he rode my horse at least once a week. Ideal rider in my eyes is somebody who doesn't take no shit, but teaches a horse good once and doesn't pick on a horse. Nitpicking freaking steady on a horse is just the worst goddamn thing in life. Always be on it, but never nitpick. And then you get rides like this. Rides where all I gotta do is watch myself and the horse is doing his job. What a beautiful day. Not much that freaking gets me down, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, whatever. The quad. Yeah, it happened. The quad did that, but I get to have a ride. Got the dogs out, got me out, got to chat with some young guys. I'm probably gonna just run straight home tonight and try and get Lance to come up here with me. You see, we were all the way up there. It doesn't seem like it with this ride, eh? But that horse was pretty steady, eh? Well, we weren't all the way up there. We were kind of around that corner there and back into that bowl. But still, that's a long ways. Now this horse is making a bad decision. He's going on a downhill slope. So I'll move him over to the high side of the road, because a downhill slope like that will tend to lead the horse into that ditch. And being slippery, the horse might slide sideways. But that's not bad if that's the only direction I've had to give him for that ride down that hill. And even though I make it seem pretty easy, for most riders that's a dangerous ride. Even though it is just a goddamn road. Good job, buddy. Good job. How about an apple? You want an apple when we get back? I got an apple for you. How does that sound? Oh. Thought I seen something move down there, but no. I see him sneaking like this. Okay, see this? He thinks he's being smart. I've already backed him up twice by backing him, and I backed him up further than where he goes. Now that's the first step. Now he's going back the other way. Now he generally doesn't want to go that way, that's for damn sure. But now he's got to spin right around in order to go that way. So he's just pissed. He's thinking, Jesus, that did not work out. That's it. Horse isn't allowed to move at all when I'm on it. I don't care if it wants to go eat, I don't care what. It does not move. You know, him being in the learning process, well, he probably didn't have this from his other owner. Well, I know he didn't because he had bad manners. But he's not stupid. So now he wants to go that way all the time. So I won't let him go that way. He'll be turning this way. He'll be turning my way. And then I'll make him stay again. And now this time I'll just reaffirm it. Hey, I'm gonna turn you around again. And when I'm ready. Okay. Nothing worse than a horse that fidgets while you're trying to glass off him. More snowflakes coming in. At least I've got a track into there. Should be able to get another quad in there for sure. This time I'll take a shovel. I can't believe I don't have a shovel in that quad. God damn. I know there's one in my truck, but this time of year you're supposed to have one in your quad too. Only goes to show you, 66 years old, still forgetting shit. So I guess that proves I ain't perfect, eh? That turned out to be a nice ride. Rabbits like crazy around here. Nice flat section makes me want to go to sleep. No, slow it down. Hey, hey. It smells the horse trailer now. Knows it's close, wants to run. The problem is that this is just as dangerous as all the way down. I don't want the horse hurt, and I don't want to be hurt. So he's just gonna go slow all the way to the goddamn truck. What the hell is this? With blood. See? So you just gotta go slow, buddy. It's even more slippery because the trucks have gone down here. It's glazed up a bit. Just take a break for a sec. Let me look in here. Turn this way. Do it. Do it. Just be patient. The longer you're patient, the faster we do this. Hey? I don't like those little pulls of his pulling the reins. It's a learned habit, and basically what he's doing is pulling the reins so that he can eat on the ground, because that's all he's ever done his whole life. Pulled the reins out of somebody's hand and ate while a person was on him. He hasn't really pointed to go downhill, so I can turn him that way. He wasn't pulling that way, he was just pulling. Inevitably he would have, but at that point he wasn't. Right now he's taking me into the trees. This is a no-no. This is an absolute no-no. So I'll make it pretty defined. What are you shaking your head for? Something bugging you? So, just to summarize, because we are close. If you've made a ride like that, man, your legs aren't burning right now and a little sore, you haven't ridden properly. You have to do your job as well as the horse doing his job. And just sitting on the horse, just relaxing and thinking the horse can do everything is just not right. You know, me standing in that saddle that whole time, keeping my weight centered. You know, every once in a while I took and I put my hand on that horn, and then I had the triangle going. And that also made that easier on that horse. That horse knew exactly where the weight on its back was at all times, and he didn't have to worry about that part of the sliding. So that's just a little lesson in riding in the snow. And it's not just the snow, it's riding period, you know? I mean, I have my lazy days. I love a lazy day, dry ground, flat ground, just freaking no stirrups. Oh, I love those days. But I do love the days when the riding's hard too. When I'm riding in the mountains all day long on new trails, and I have to pay attention the whole time. By the end of the day, I get to the camp and I'm freaking exhausted. Get off the horse and I can barely freaking move. I love those days. Those are the days that you love your Drambuie and coffee. I know I say that a lot, but it's the truth. Now watch this horse take me into these trees here. That's just lazy shit. Oh, he didn't do it. Oh, I so apologize. Good boy. Good boy. That means he's learning. First time I rode him, he took me into every freaking tree. He had no manners on trees whatsoever. So he's starting to learn, because I think he consciously did that. Let's see if he wants a little drink here. Oh, let's go right in the center, have a drink. Whoa. Even if he doesn't drink, what you've done by putting this horse in the center of the water is made the drinking easy on him. Okay. And if you do it enough times, then just makes him far more comfortable around puddles, water, and all that sort of shit. He's shying a little bit from this color, so I'm going to take him right through that. Oh, he's not going to do that. He's going right back, right through that. Because that's the way I pointed him. No. Until you go right through that, the way I point you. No. There you go. See? Right through the center. There we go. Heck, oh hell was the point of that? There's the track. Where the hell are you going? Thank you. Thank you, buddy. There's my knees. I just gotta stretch my legs a bit, guys. I'll get you as soon as I stretch my back and legs. And that's what I mean about downhill, guys. Telling you right now, you will always have sore back and sore legs when you ride a lot of downhill. We had to do that. We had shit happen. The only way to get over, besides bending and stretching, the aches and pains of riding downhill, ooh, I got a really kink in the back there that time, is to keep moving. Thank you very much, buddy. Okay, I just have to open this first because that's where the saddle's going. That's gonna be hard getting the saddle in there. Okay. Don't worry, buddy. I ain't leaving you for long. Yeah, I can. A couple mouthfuls. I'm gonna make a coffee to go, so I'll let him have a couple of mouthfuls. There you go, bud. Okay, thanks. All good. See, that amount of time with no blankets. Look at that. I don't know if you want to see that, but see that little wear mark? And that's an old mark. Oh my god. Okay. There's nothing there. Okay. I think they got all winter to heal, so I don't like taking a horse without a blanket. That's for damn sure. Probably never gonna happen again. At least, that's literally one of the only times that's ever happened to me. And it was literally just because I was gonna go up in the morning and the blankets would have been with me in the morning. So, I mean, I don't know what else I could have done. I guess I could have taken my coat off, used my coat as a blanket, but anyways, just rub some fur off. That was it. Okay, well, that's it for now, guys. I've got to make it down this hill, and then chains got to come off and all that sort of stuff, but I'm gonna have a coffee. There's a few Ashenola wild horses. Thought that was the only one, but then I seen him look up the hill. Ooh, I'd like to catch that guy. Oh, shit, there's like quite a few. Hey, bud. I have zero chance of this horse coming close to me. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Not too scared of me though. He's a good looking horse. Not that high. So I like the looks of that one there, that happy with the white ass. What's that guy there? You a male or a female? Huh? Female, eh? You're lucky I don't have my rope with me. I'd lasso your ass in about a second. That's a good looking horse, that one there. That's some muscle to it. This one here is too small. You can just wear that thing out in the bush. Mind you, it's a wild horse. He'd be a lot tougher than most. But look at that one there. The white ass. He's got some shit going on. I feel like that's a stallion. That's the way he looks. Mother, foal, female, female. Chances are that's a stallion. Ooh, I'd like to ride him. Nice. This is the entrance to the Ashnola Valley. You can see why it's the entrance. Look at how steep it is. The only thing that lives on them hills is the sheep. Oh, look at this. I love this spot here. God damn, I don't fish that spot enough. There'll be a lot of little brookies in there. That's the Ashnola River. Well, I'm gonna get down in time to phone my buddy before he plans something else for tomorrow. I feel like I can keep him busy all the way back in here. So say hi, Lance. Okay, go. This is Lance bailing me out, guys. There's only one track in, eh? So, like, if I had stayed to the road, it would have been no problem. But I was trying to get the horse tied in there, and then I got in there. Like, I might have actually got stuck higher anyway. So probably a good idea to happen there, right? I just rode a horse down here yesterday. So the trick to being pulled by another quad is to try and just stay right behind that quad. Don't get over on the side. The straighter you pull, the easier it is for everybody. When he's going uphill, release your brake. No reason to drag a brake when he's holding up here. When he's going downhill, then you drag. That's it. It's not rocket science.
Hey there, Peter here. I just wanted to give you a heads up. The next series of videos is going to be my dad riding his horses solo into the Waukpash Valley in northern BC. It's an absolutely epic trip, and we can't wait to share it with you. All right, see you later.